Yes, that Amanda Kwan. I used to hate working with that bedside assistant because she's lazy, unprofessional. As soon as she come to work, the first thing she used to do is she would make her way into the report room, and she would just sit there. And the first thing that came out of her mouth, not who are my patients, who are my patients, who is the nursing assistant I'm going to be working with. No, the first thing was the men she's been with, the men she didn't go to, she didn't go to bed with, the men who did this to her, the men who did that to her. I mean, that's not being professional. When you come to work as a nurse, you need to find out who your patients are and who's going to be working with you nursing assistant wise. You don't start talking about your private life. We all have issues in our private lives, but that doesn't make it okay to come to work and start talking about it. You know, professionals don't do that. You do your job and you go manhunting after work. One morning she came in. It's like someone was waiting for her. As soon as she walked in, she made her way, like, as always, into the report room, and she started about talking. Oh my God, that man did this to me. One of the bedside assistants who used to come to work intoxicated said to her, you know what, I don't have time for that this morning. She was sober that day, and she realized that, I mean, she didn't like her. And I was so happy. I said, hallelujah. Someone had to really stop Amanda, because that's being unprofessional. Even though a lot of the nurses are on the same caliber, but you don't do that. Unfortunately, in April, when Brett left, the first manager, the second one who came in, he's her best friend. And as a result of that, Amanda, started coming frequently on 6 Central because the best buddy was the manager. And I didn't see Amanda for months. And then one day she just popped up, and I said, what's going on? She had an accident. She had cut her wrist. And then she was placed on light duty on 6 Central. What do you think light duty was? What do you think her light duty was? She would come in with her breakfast, enter the unit, the report room, that was her sanctuary. She would just sit there on Facebook, of course, and she would eat her breakfast. And then afterwards, from time to time, she would walk off the floor and go to take a smoke outside. That was a light duty. That was it. I observed Amanda microscopically. She did nothing. I mean, how cool is that? The unit is packed with people that are violently ill, and then someone is placed on light duty? What did she do? I don't know what she had done to be on light duty. But because, on 6 Central, is not what you do, is who you know. Because you could be working your behind off, but it doesn't matter if you don't know, if no one is on your side. You know what I'm saying? So the second manager, when she first came in April, I thought at first when I first saw her, she didn't strike me as an authority figure. She was like kind of plain. But after a while, I started communicating with her because she was kind of low-key, soft-spoken. But she's plastic, of course. And then I introduced myself to her, and we started talking. So